Alabama, Don't Stop, Mississippi, Possum Point, Georgia, Miami.
Who's Amy?
Miami.
Hey, you mean your Amy?
Bo Hunkers.
Bo hookers?
Bo Hunkers.
Bo hunkers?
Oh, I beg your pardon. Hoboken.
Hoboken. Oh, well, Mr. Conductor, I want to go to Hot Town.
Hot Town?
Yes, sir.
That's the last stop.
Last-
All aboard.
All right, sir.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's me. Hey, who wants to play some Kikstart? Boy, do I want to play some Kikstart. Honestly, that's why we're here. Welcome, everybody. I was just thinking of, I don't know, something, anything I could play tonight. No idea. You know, anything's good. We came across Kikstart. Keep in mind, I'm the current world record holder in this. Bum 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 bum. My current best time is 25.88. 25.88. That's right, so we're going to try and beat some 25.88. Yep.
Minimi96 said, hey Tethercat, how's your day?
Hey, if it ain't good old Mini-Me, I'm doing quite alright. How are you doing? My day has been relaxed. It's a holiday.
Wes Narwhal said, beat your score, do it in 1 second.
What they used to call people who use cheats, like had some sort of hacks or some such. It's good seeing you aboard, Wes. Whip. I'll tell you right there, 4222 is infinitely better than how we were doing prior.
Said, doing okay, thanks.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that, Mini-Me. Yeah, it's a holiday. It's the holiday August, September. What? I slowed down for the Oh, I was supposed to jump over all those. Yeah. Well, you know, you can't be a world record holder without breaking a few eggs. In which case, I'm wearing a helmet tonight. Got me the colander on my head. Oh, that was a little too fast. Trying to break 2588. Because I'm the world record holder. Because I went looking on speedruns.com and this game was not listed. Because it's old and bad. I love this game, don't get me wrong. This game was not listed on speedruns.com, so by default, I am the current world record holder. And I will fight anyone who argues differently. And as always, it's going to be a pretty relaxing stream. They all are. At best, all I can promise is that it's entertaining. Beyond that, we're all fish swimming in a fishbowl year after year. Oh, come on, I had that. Anyway. I know that you usually show up for a lot of the art streams there, Wes, and I actually did plan on doing an art stream not too long ago. Tethercat. And I just didn't get a chance to start it up. So I did some art behind the scenes. By the way, the thumbnail for this image is not one of those pieces. The art for this thumbnail of this game was done on my cell phone. I have a small drawing program on my smartphone, and that's what made the thumbnail for this game. But I do, and I was watching, if you were all watching June Kawamori's chatting stream earlier today, she alluded right at the end that her and I were in the planning stages of doing something special, and that's actually where my art stream came in. And that's why I couldn't stream the art stream. It's because until both of us announce what that is, it's nothing huge. We're not doing like a massive monster collab or nothing big, but we are planning a project. It'll be a fun one. But yeah, I couldn't exactly stream.
Wes Narwhal said, "Oh, what art program? I use Autodesk because I'm stubborn."
Well, keeping in mind I'm an old man, and although I am familiar with and have used Autodesk, I know my way around CAD. Boop. Oh. The art program I use...
Wes Narwhal said Tethercat anime soon.
Yeah, the art program I use...
Minimi96 said, "I missed it, Sag. Busy, but glad she's well."
Yeah, she's doing quite well. The art program itself is... Yep. Oh, almost had the yellow car. It's just GIMP. I used to use Photoshop, then Photoshop became intrusively stupid, so I stopped using Photoshop, and now I use GIMP. Took me a while, though, to figure out how to do that thumbnail. Pretty much all my thumbnails are done in GIMP. It's pretty simple. Except the ending stream, which is, as you know, a sprite. Anime soon, I wish. T-Cat. As for how June Kawamori is doing, Minimi, her stream went quite well. She's doing very fine. She's, once again, struggling to find that... Oh, we got us a run. 2588? Nope. Not with that. Not with a fence after yellow car. Oh well. Yeah, she's struggling to find that work-life balance that comes when you're fresh into your first year of college, university, what have you. Oh, that was a close one, too. 29.94. Anyway, so yeah, she's doing quite well, but she's trying to figure out her balance. Oh, not irritating, not at all. By the way, is the yeah, I think the that's still working. I think I have it hooked up for hockey pucks, I think. You can always tell when a VTuber...
Minimi96 said I wish her the best of luck.
I missed that jump because of your comment, which is not a bad thing, let's face it. I wasn't on any record. But not only did I want to read your comment, but I also secondarily got distracted because of the hockey puck thrown at my face. Which is why I'm wearing the dented colander tonight, everybody. Yeah! 100% dented colander speedrun. Yeah. Oh, I had it. Yeah, she'll be fine. She's only taken an extensive science course of various high-end technical conditionings. I'm sure she'll just breeze through it. She'll ace it. What's funny is I didn't. I went back to school. I'm an old man. I've gone to school. I've been twice through college. And on my second time through college, back in my 30s, I took a technical course. And like a hands-on course to getting into the trades. Yeah, that was a bad jump. I got back into the trades, and I was horrible. In fact, I got fired from 2 positions. 3 factory positions, 4 factory. I've been fired. I quit 1, and I got fired from 3 factory positions. Because of my ineptitude with me being in the trades. Which is why I'm a writer. I'm a writer, everybody. We know where my brain is. Oh, how did I make that jump? I'm a creative type. I really am. In fact, when I was doing the college course, we had to learn, and this is where CAD came in. I had to learn CAD and automated design. I had to learn how to sculpt and do all the things that, trades require of that nature. And I was such an ace on that computer, because let's face it, I've been using computers for a very long time. I was absolutely like one of the best in class. I picked it up instantly. But when I got out into the real world, no one cared that I knew how to use a computer. Everyone in the trades just wanted someone who was very handy, and understandably so. They wanted someone who wouldn't injure themselves with heavy machinery. But not me. Well, I mean, yeah, okay, I injured myself.
Minimi96 said not everyone is good at hands-on thing. I get
exactly. That. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, right? We all have the places where when we're thrown into a foreign environment, we flail around until either we sink or swim, and that was definitely me in the trades. I tried my best. I tried my hardest. I tried several different jobs, several different vocations, several different locations. None of them ever stuck. I just wasn't as good as, say, someone who did have that skill set and was talented. So do you hire an old person to fit a demographic and perhaps get a government rebate for your business? Or do you hire some competent young person who will potentially stick with the company for many decades? Yeah, I mean, I don't begrudge anyone on their decisions. And let's face it, I'm a writer. I had a very rough couple of years, which I've alluded to in several different streams, but when everything settled back in and became good again, I was able to find myself a writing position. And I've been writing ever since. So, find your strength.
Wes
do your
Narwhal
best.
said, any advice for other writers? Bestow your feline wisdom.
One of my favorite writing wisdoms, if you want to call it that, is there's a subreddit. There's a subreddit called r/writing, and they get frequent questions in there. They're frequently being asked questions. Is it okay if I do this in my story? What is the best way? The funniest thing that you can do is to... Oh, that was a nice jump. Hold on, we're going to have to... Ah, darn it, yellow car. Take a look at r/writing for when everyone gets really pissed off because someone comes in and they're asking the same question that always gets asked, but they want a personalized answer.
Minimi96 said, that's good to hear that you're a writer.
Oh yeah, yeah, a paid position full-time. But take a look at all the ones that whenever you go in and everyone's always getting incredibly pissed off, incredibly angry because the same question keeps getting asked over and over and over. Those will be the lessons to follow. What are the biggest mistakes that a new writer can make? Are you asking this, really? Because 30 other people have asked this and you didn't bother to look. Is it okay if for my first novel Yes, it's okay for your first novel if you do literally everything. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay, so external to going to... Wow, that was my best run. I wasn't even paying attention. That was my best run. Let's see. External to go into subreddit and taking a look at what everyone else is doing wrong. Yep. Too fast. I don't know what's... I have like tons of wisdom. I could probably do an entire stream on do's and don'ts. But the biggest thing is that there is no such thing as do or don'ts. It's very much like painting. And in fact, in that subreddit, many of the authors correlate everything to painting. Is it okay if I do a canvas entirely in red paint and only use a bit of black? Well, yeah, it's your painting. You should do whatever you want. It's your painting. Is it okay if I write a book and only use first-person perspective? Well, yeah, it's your book. Do whatever you want. So, if you can imagine painting akin to writing and the do's and don'ts, then you can pretty much figure out where it goes from there. The biggest thing is, here's my lessons external to the subreddit, since we're still on that topic, is read as much as you can. Find who the classics are. Find who the award winners are throughout the ages. Find the ones that everyone keeps quoting, Sherlock Holmes and Shakespeare. Find all the grandmasters, because those weren't jerk hacks who never made it big. They're the ones that everyone goes
said
for.
Probably should put a board list for those questions people ask and you'll hear all the time.
Yeah. Well, they try. They made a wiki and still no one bothered reading the wiki. Where was I? Yes, read as much as you can and read the grandmasters. Read the Edgar Allan Poes and Stephen Kings, and don't just read them and say, oh, this is pretty crappy, it's not to my taste. Read them and say, why did everyone find this so fascinating? Why was it so impactful for its time? And why has it lasted? And once you start reading enough and you get that vocabulary under your belt and you figure out get that vocabulary under your belt and you figure out a lot of why things don't keep reappearing. That's funny. In my novel, I describe women and compare their physiques to sports attributes, such as footballs. Why does Shakespeare never do that? Why does Stephen King never do that? Why does... I mean, you can kind of sense where bad writing absolutely differs from good writing when it comes to those types of things. So when, yeah. I also say read bad writing too. Some of my guiltiest pleasures, what I'm reading right now is not super intelligent because I'm a writer. And the last thing I want to do... Oh, we gotta run, we gotta run. No. You son of a bitch. A rare Tethercat swear. Not a desk pound, but we're getting there. Look at that, I was just shy. I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh yeah, some of my current books that I'm reading are trash isekai light novels.
Wes Narwhal said clip it.
Yeah. Hey, it's the real world motorcycle. Thanks. Exterior engine of no value. Yeah, I read trash isekai and I love it. And it's not all trash. I mean, the current ones I'm reading are D-Genesis. D-Genesis. Dun, dun, dun. Yo, I hope you're all enjoying me entering those games like I am.
Minimi96 said just like a weeb's guilty pleasure anime are trashy isekai animes.
Yeah, that's me. Like you've just described me. If I had a bio, you've just described me. That's exactly it. But the biggest thing that you can really do is learn what's wrong. Learn what's bad. Learn the don'ts, the pitfalls. Learn what not to do. And once you learn those, then you know what you can do and also what you can get away with. I think there's 13, what is it for Shakespeare? Sorry, for Sherlock Holmes, there's 13 ways to write detective fiction. And for general writing, there's, I don't know, another like 9 tips on how to be a writer of. And I can't remember what those, off the top of my head, what those are. But there, you know, it's always, before you reveal who the murderer is, at least introduce where the murder weapon was in your story. You know, common sense things, but if you're just writing without knowing what you're writing, then you might overlook some of these very common fallacies. So yeah, that's, once you learn what not to do, you can learn how to bend the rules. Because ultimately, and I've said this at the start, it's just like painting. It's just like painting. Can I do this with my painting? Yes, you can. Should you? That's up to you as the author. If you know what you're doing, then you can probably absolutely do it. And you can probably make a game-changing story out of it. One of my favorite compliments. Remind me, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite compliments in a moment. But I gotta... We'll do a hydration check and then we'll enter our initials and then I'll tell you about one of my favorite compliments I've ever received. Let's see. So we're going to run through some music. Oh crap. Didn't mean to do that. Alright. Hydration check, everybody.
Tethercat said hydration check.
All right, so one of my favorite compliments. In my... Oh, yeah, now you do it. Yeah, that's right. In my... I'd say in my early 20s...
Narwhal said destroy those water bottles.
Oh, believe me, they're destroyed. Although I reuse water bottles, so... And on that note, my water usually comes...
Minimi96 said you learn as you live, and you learn from your mistakes, and experiment what you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My water bottles are Gatorade bottles that I refill at a local wellspring. So the best compliment I ever had, in my early 20s, back when I was fresh out of high school and experimenting with what I could do, what I couldn't do, you know, getting a taste of being a writer. I wrote for a short story magazine, and I submitted, and they published my art, my story. It was I think it was a 6 or 7 page story about a detective novel story. Really interesting too. I'll tell you the plot of that later. But anyway, but who am I? I'm just nobody. I'm just this blue cat, right? So anyway, this local publishing company picks up the rights to get the book because they know that some of their patrons, i.e. me and one other, are in there and we're enjoying our coffees. So they pick up the short story magazine because they want to celebrate local. And it wasn't just that. They had been running the short story magazine for a while. So anyway, I'm sitting in there. I'm having my coffee one morning. Who am I? I'm just some cat with a beret, you know, the beatnik cat. Listening to John Coltrane. And patron comes in. She asks if she can actually have a seat next to me at the window. And it's an empty place. It's an empty establishment. And I said, yeah, sure. I mean, the window is the best seat in the house. You picked a good spot. So she throws her whatever frappe latte down there. Her and I are just enjoying the scenery, enjoying the view. And then she picks up the short story magazine, which is to the side of her. And she says, by the way, have you read the most recent issue of Writing Magazine? And I said, yeah, I don't know. I've seen it. I haven't read it, but I've seen it. I lied as naturally as I breathed. Meanwhile, my story's in there. Oh, well, you'd really like this short story magazine this week, this month, because the most recent edition here, there's an amazing story in there. It's about this detective story, and like, I don't know if she could tell I was blushing. I was trying not to blush. I was doing my best not to blush. Just sitting there with my coffee in my face. Go on. Oh yeah, this detective story. It had some really intriguing characters. What a great twist. I didn't see that coming. It was really human. There was a lot of characterization. And she just went on and on for like about 5 minutes. And she's like, man, if I ever saw that author, I'd shake their hand. That was a great story. And I was just like, I think at that point I was probably totally blushing. And I'm like, oh yeah. I'll get around to reading that. You sold me on the story. I should read the story. And then we finished up our coffees. She left. I never met her again. Never saw her in the coffee shop again. So, yeah. The best compliment I ever had was on someone who was gushing about the local short story magazine, which everyone was reading. And, yeah, absolutely praising one of my stories, not knowing that she was praising me. To my knowledge, and I'm pretty sure she didn't know it was me. I am certain she did not know I was me. But anyway, yeah. Can you imagine that? Going to a coffee house and saying, see that painting on the wall? I love that painting. Whoever that artist is for that painting is an absolute true genius. Do you see the way that and like just having like the artist blushing into their coffee. So yeah, that's the best compliment I've ever had on any of my writing. And I've hit it big. People are reading me across the world. and I'm not even making light of that. And, yeah. The best compliment I ever had was when I was fresh out of high school, starting my writing career. Oh, come on. And now look at me.
Minimi96 said you got a compliment, you got acknowledged, and you got a W.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah. I was also, young and inexperienced in that sense, and probably didn't even have the foresight or planning to say, I'm the author. Would you care to go on a date with me?
Said that's the dream. Man, I can imagine the pride.
Yeah, well, here I am decades and decades later. I'm an old blue cat now, just hanging from a string, but this memory from my 20s still gets put on the, you know, one of my best friends described things as going on the mantle. You know, like your most proud possessions, the awards that you've won, going on the mantle. And this is one where this one went on the mantle. I'll probably remember it until I'm 80. Oh. Yeah. So anyway, that's I'm curious for the both of you. You've got to have some creative endeavors. You must have done something. I'm curious if you've got mantle stories of your own. Because, yeah, everyone's got things that they're prideful from or have been acknowledged. And I'm curious if, for how you guys were doing. And if you don't have one, that's fine. And if you don't want to share it, that's fine too. I mean, I was in my 20s and I got probably the compliment of a lifetime. And I, once again, don't use that lightly. Some people almost never get them. Some people don't get them in their 20s. So, yep. Hey, I made it. I'm not getting anywhere near this 2588. I haven't even completed a run tonight so far yet. And that's fine. I got the current world record, so what do I care? Ha ha ha! You know, that's going on the mantle. Current world record. Kikstart current world record. You know what's really funny? Every now and then I'll play a game, and when you're as a VTuber, and I've discovered this, I've learned this over the past year. As a VTuber, you set up the YouTube streams. And depending on what your YouTube stream is, you can set it up and you can do a couple things. If you're gaming, such as what I'm doing tonight and what I usually do, you can select what your game is. And it makes it very easy for people who are interested in a game. If they like Overwatch, they can put Overwatch into their search term and they find Overwatch, you know, that sort of thing. I play games that YouTube has never heard of. This, by the way, is one of them. When I went in and I looked up, it's like, oh, you're going to be streaming a game, are you? Well, what game are you going to be streaming tonight? And I put in Kikstart, it's like, we've never heard of that game. I know. No one's ever heard of this game. But, and the reason I say that is that the funny thing is, usually after one or two of my streams where I'm the only one playing this game, YouTube clues in, and YouTube will actually add the game. Tonight, I went in, and it said, oh, are you playing Kikstart from Commodore 64?
Said, I don't think I have any mantle stories yet, but most of the people I show my art/writing to say I'm good. Maybe someday, huh?
Yeah. No, that's great, Wes. And just keep at it. Just keep at your art. It's not maybe someday. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. If you keep at it and you keep doing your life's work, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Because look at me. I'm playing pretty crappy Commodore 64 games. Wow, that was my best time. By like 0.02 seconds. And for me, it's just having fun and a bit of a passion project. Can I be a blue cat and can I play the games I love playing? Yeah. Oh, look, I've got an audience, you know. But other people latch on. And this is what artwork is all about. This is what creativity is about. Is if you stay true to yourself, then other people will, other like-minded individuals, other people who appreciate such things will come by. Be like, that blue cat just keeps falling off that fence. Why do I even show up? There must be something going on. So yeah, just stay true to yourself and do what you love doing. You'll get your mantle stories.
Minimi96 said it be mainly fanfiction stories from cartoon shows and other animated series.
Yeah. I've never been one for fanfiction or, and I think I mentioned that before, but I haven't actually gone into depth about it. I don't really write fanfiction. It came to a head when I was part of a writer's group. This would be about, I guess, maybe 5 years ago. I was part of a writer's group. And I had a young pup. She was fun. She was great, but she was a young pup. She had the twinkle in her eye, the aspiration, the ambition. I'm gonna be a writer, and okay, great. You know, I'm in no way am I dismissing your goals and dreams. I'll help you however you can, however I can get you there. I'll help you. So I said, all right, you're gonna write your first great Canadian novel. What are you gonna be doing? And she said she was primarily a fan fiction writer, and she chose a very popular series for that time and for its popularity. She chose a very popular series. She said, I'm always online. I'm always writing fan fiction about this. I have so many stories. It's great. I said, okay. So there's two problems with that, which is that in my eyes, and by the way, Mini-Me and Wes, this is not a slag on you. This is my personal opinion. You guys, this is just an incident that happened. And I said, your popular protagonist there, this main character of this series, what's their favorite cereal? I said, you'd probably have to invent that for your story, wouldn't you? And my friend said yes. She was shyly saying yes, but she didn't know. And I said, your main character, how did they celebrate their 10th birthday? Oh, well, and I said, the point I'm making here, to my friend, I said, is that you're running off of someone else's established character and someone else's canon. And no matter what your stories are, they can't affect the change. And so they have to be self-contained
Narwhal said
episodes.
yes, character depth.
Yeah. So no matter, let's choose a character of, let's say Deadpool. You can't write a fan fiction Deadpool story where suddenly he becomes the master of the universe and have it taken seriously, because at the end of it, he's not. And then it goes back to being canon. So you're really just writing it for your own sake. You're writing it to feel good about yourself. And that's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. But if you're going to be writing your great Canadian novel, if you're going to go beyond fan fiction, you got to let that go. You have to discover what your main character's favorite cereal is. You have to discover what your main character's 10th birthday was like. Because those actions and consequences of the past will definitely play into what they currently do and who they currently are, more so than any fan fiction that someone else created that you're piggybacking off of. And my friend, she was not happy with that. She did not like me saying that, but I mean, I was just delivering some truth. When she said, okay, she came back like about, I think it was 3 months later. She said, okay, I've got my main character now. I've got my story, got my main character. I know exactly what's going on. I said, that's great. Sounds like you're on the ball. She said, yep, I'm ready to write my great Canadian novel. And I said, great, but I got one question for you. She hated me. She just, her eyes narrowed. She glared death daggers at me. She didn't like it, but when I have questions. And she said, yes. And I said, okay. Let's say that your character's walking across a bridge and sees a person drowning. Well, what's your character do? And not specifically what does your character do, but does your who are the people that your character would save? And my friend, she's really happy because she wrote a Mary Sue character, which if you don't know what a Mary Sue character is, she wrote one. And she said, oh, my character's perfect, and she's lovely, and she's honest, and she would save anyone. Okay, well, let's change it up a bit. Hitler is actually in the river, and she's like, what? Yeah. So I can tell you right now that the character of my novel, and I started describing my character of my novel, and I said, my character wouldn't sit still for Nazis or anyone of that hatred and ilk. My character would let them drown. My character would throw rocks at them while they're drowning. So my character would not save everyone. And so this is the kind of question that I want to ask you and your character is that now that you're creating your own story, who are the people that your character would not save? And my friend kind of, she thought about it on a very surface level. And she thought, yeah, okay, yeah, you've just described very bad people. I wouldn't save them. Like, she says, my character wouldn't save them. And I said, yeah, that's understandable. But what about other type of bad people? What about loan collectors or bail bonds adjutants and just a whole bunch of people I started listing who might not have the best jobs, but are serving a service. And you could see the gears and the smoke coming out of her ears. And my friend, she said, I got to go back and rework this. And I said, yes, you do. Good luck to you. And I apologize for ruining your story by making it better. Good luck to you. So anyways, once again, this is the core element of fan fiction, which I stay away from. I've never written fan fiction because I would rather have full control of my characters than to borrow with someone else's creation. And that's my very long-winded explanation of why I'm a writer, but my original stories are definitely more original than my fan fictions. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with fan fiction. Look at Twilight. And I tried to tell this to my friend too, because she got all despondent about everything I was saying. And I said, no, listen. Twilight was just a fan fiction. And it got switched up with a couple of words, and then suddenly she made $1 kajillion and had her name on all the pages. So there's nothing wrong with doing fan fiction. Nothing at all. Just not my cup of tea. And that's my brief digression into the world of writing and fan fiction. Thanks for showing up for my TED Talk. Too soon. Kaboom. Yeah.
Wes Narwhal said, do you ever struggle with getting bored with your story, because you already know how your story is gonna go?
Never. Because, first of all, a story is never finished. And this is what plagues many authors, is perfectionism. An unfinished story remains an unfinished story, even if it's published. No first draft of a story is worthy of being its own book. And I've seen people who are publishing their first draft. I'm going to self-publish my first draft, not even taking into account that, the story sucks or anything. Oh, do we have a run? We have a run. We have a run. Yes? Can I... No! That's frustrating. It's probably the best time I've had, though. 3064. Okay. So, yeah, I actually know people who've published their first draft, or at least given it a cursory look to make sure that they don't have too many spelling mistakes or what have you. Crap. So, yeah, those are unreadable. But, you find when you're writing your first draft that your second draft is completely different. And when you're writing your third draft, it's a different entity from your second draft. And eventually you get to your fourth, your fifth, your sixth draft, and then publishers are rejecting you, editors are rejecting you. You're constantly honing, you're constantly refining because you can. And then eventually someone says, yeah, we're going to publish it. By the way, you got to change the thing that happens on page 25. And you say, okay. And you change the thing that's on page 25 and they publish it. And whether or not it's ready to go, whether or not it's finished, it gets published. But at no point do you ever get bored with it. Because you never know where your story is going to go. Either... See, there's two types of writing. There's pantsing and there's plotting. And they're both valid. They're both equally valid ways of writing, methods of writing. Pantsing and plotting. And with pantsing, you're writing by the seat of your pants. It's a free flow of information. I'm going to write it so my character is going to go and grab some milk from the store. And then you just start writing about your character going milk from the store. And oh no, a meteor comes down and suddenly I got to fight aliens. And what's this? I got a toothache, and you just keep writing and writing and writing. And eventually you come up with an ending. And then you go back to your second draft and you hone and refine. You say, okay, I don't need the meteor, but the aliens and the toothache are good. So that's pantsing, which involves a bit of plotting along the way to make it coherent. Especially in later drafts when you need to publish it. Plotting, on the other hand, is when you sit there and you're like, okay, I'm going to write a three-act structure, and in the first act, the character is going to face some hardship. He's going to go for some milk. In the second act, the character is going to be at an all-time low. A meteor comes down and he's got a toothache. And in the third act, the main character somehow achieves redemption and closes the arc and everyone is saved and it's a good act. And then you've got the plot, but now you got to write it. You're like, oh, well, what's my character's name? Well, I don't know. I don't know. Jimmy? Great. Jimmy is going to go get milk. Is it 2%? Is it skim milk? Oh, I guess I got to start doing that. So within plotting, once you've got your plotting down, the rest of it is pantsing because you got to fill in those details. So again, there's two methods of writing, plotting and pantsing, but then they both play into each other. It's just which one you lay more heavily into. But during neither of those, do you ever get bored with the story? There was a subreddit, over in the writing subreddit. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Can I nail that landing? Yep. 25-20. That's my current best. 25-20. I'll take it. I guess I should play through. 25-20. Let's remember that. That's my current world record. I beat the current world record. I now have a new world record. Holy shit, did you see me rip across the yellow car? That was weird. Thought I had to go slow on that yellow car, but maybe I didn't. Anyway. 25-20. Can't remember what I was going to say. Pantsing, plotting. Oh yeah, there's over on the subreddit. By the way, I gotta make a note of this. Text. Kikstart text.
Wes Narwhal said yes. History in the making, break those records.
Yeah. Hooray, we get to listen to music. See how that looks. That's not bad. I'll put it right there. Okay, so. What was I saying? Pantsing, plotting. What was I saying? Pantsing, plotting. Oh yeah, over on the writing subreddit. That's it. There was someone who said, "Dear writing subreddit, I've painted myself into a corner. I wrote myself into a bad scenario because I was writing a novel and my characters were going to be doing this thing, but I accidentally added something else, and now it's ruined the story." And I said, my comment was, I would much rather read about that something else than your pretty bland, boring, and generic original story. I think the story that this person pitched was, I have 2 daughters and they've been transported into another world and they want to save the world. They're going to be the heroes and they got to go and defeat the evil sorcerer, and they're going to defeat the world. But unfortunately their parents found out and followed them into the world. And it kind of ruined the story and I don't know what to do with it. I said, are you kidding? I would love to read a story where 2 parents, their daughters get transported into another world and the parents have to go and either A, save the daughters, B, keep tabs on the daughters while they go save the world, C, go up and do their own thing. I would love to read about those parents. So, yeah, a story will... Do you ever struggle with getting bored with your story because you already know how your story is going to go? This person did not know that their story was going to go that way. And then on the advice and encouragement of the people in that subreddit, a new path was discovered. And if that Redditor had chosen to take advantage of that suggestion, a really entertaining story would be written. So, yes, that's, I never get bored of writing a story, even if it takes years. And I had one story in the back of my head since 2002 that I really went to town on and was actually fighting through just prior to the pandemic, which of course the pandemic threw everything in the tailspin. And coincidentally, the pandemic is when I got hired on as a writer. So I haven't had really much of a chance to go back to my writing. And then when the pandemic closed down, I became this blue cat. For sake of sanity, I became a blue cat who enjoys playing video games that YouTube doesn't even know. And that's my long-winded explanation of to your question of struggling with getting bored with a story. No, the answer is you never do. You might get bored with writing yourself in a corner. You might get bored with, oh God, I can't figure out this resolution. I've been writing this chapter and rewriting this chapter. I have someone who has to deliver a speech and I've been rewriting the speech and I just can't get it right. You might get frustrated with that. But for, you know, you have the option. Just cut it out. The publisher has the option. This speech is bad. Get rid of it. So there's always internal factors, external factors to writing that you never know what's going to happen. It just happens. Crap. Yeah. What's that number? Wait, no, 2588. That's the old world record, isn't it? The old world record's 2588. This was like something like 2510. I remember because I was bragging about the 2588 for so long. When the numbers pop up, we'll see what the record is. Yeah, 2520. Hooray! I gotta watch out that I'm using the right key. There we go. I have my hotkeys on my keyboard set up for certain things, and I think I almost inadvertently did something that I would have regretted, but it all worked out. Yep. The detective story.
Wes Narwhal said do sub 10, I believe.
Sub 10. Nice, there we go. Sub 10. You know, I used to play this, again, back when it came out, when I bought it in the 80s, and it, I remember being so much better at it than I am right now. I'm so old. I remember I used to play this game and I was so good at it. You can blame whether it was on actual hardware, whether I was in the actual Commodore controller, any number of factors, but this is incredibly faithful. I shouldn't be this bad at it. And yet here we are. It's all me. Like there's no excuse. I am not young. The detective story I wrote that this woman complimented me on in the coffee shop. The main premise was that I had a city beat detective who came in and would you know, just called in as the specialist. And immediately the whole story takes place where he immediately comes in, kind of off record, kind of off book. You know how Columbo would just kind of show up? He'd always have cops outside, but he would just show up and they would have a conversation. That's kind of how this played out, this short story. And he shows up and this old woman offers him tea and he takes the tea and they both drink the tea and have some crumpets or whatever. And he doesn't ask. Like, he's there in his big ass trench coat and whatever, but he doesn't ask. She just starts launching into a story about her husband and how it was a marriage of convenience, that they met during the war, and they fell in love. And over the years, they realized that the love had to be earned. Like, it wasn't a freely given love because it was a marriage of convenience, but it was earned. And for her, it was sewing, and for him, it was playing the piano. And no matter what hardships they faced, they were in it thick and thin. And at this point, the detective walks over to the piano and starts playing a little melody. And the melody is played perfectly, but on a certain part of the melody, the woman cringes. She kind of does a nervous tick, kind of. She just kind of reacts, but the music is playing nice. And she goes on to describe how they grew together and they were in love, but obviously physical ailments and maladies happened because they were in their 70s and 80s, octogenarians. And eventually the husband, his hearing started to go. He actually suffered hearing loss. But that didn't matter because he loved playing that piano, and she loved listening. She loved being by his side. They were in love. But with that damn piano, one of the strings was out of tune. And he couldn't hear it. And over, day by day, he would play the same song. And no matter what, that one note was horrifically out of tune. And he couldn't hear the music. He was just playing blindly. He was, to offer a pun. And finally, after they're finished their tea, she says, "How did you discover how I killed my husband?" And he said, when we inspected the apartment for clues, we found out that the interior of the piano had never been cleaned or maintained except for one piano string, which was perfectly pristine and brand new. And she smiled and laughed, and the two officers outside walked in, and they took her away. And the detective locked the door behind them. That was my short story. That's the one where this woman in the coffee shop was like, "Did you read that thing? Did you actually see? Oh my God, there's a twist at the end. I didn't see that coming." Yeah. It's one of my better stories, too. It's not really anything. It's fluff. I mean, I did have a pretty special detective in mind when I wrote it. Not an established character or anything, you know. It was an inner city detective, had to wear a trench coat. That was really my only stipulation when I was writing it. That was my detective's only characterization. Pretty blank slate. The whole short story was more about the woman. But yeah. I don't know. Have I written other detective fiction? I might. Yeah, I did. I wrote a different detective story in it. It migrated at the very end into a horror story. It was about a serial killer who was going through the encyclopedia and choosing letters as they appeared in the encyclopedia. So all of his serial killings had started with A and then B, and he was moving through the alphabet. And he came across, for his serial killing, he came across the letter L, and he saw lycanthrope, and he thought, I'm going to a mental institution. So he goes into a psychiatric evaluation unit, and he finds someone in there suffering from lycanthropy. And he's like, ha ha. So now he's trying to plot his perfect crime. And eventually it all boils down that the lycanthrope person who had the psychological malady was a genuine and real werewolf and beat the shit out of him. And that was the end of the story. I was so happy with that story. But yeah. You want to tell the point of view of a serial killer. You don't make the serial killer the winner. You don't make a sympathetic villain. So that person got their comeuppance. But I wrote it like it was a detective story. I wrote it like I didn't announce who the person was, and so the serial killer was just going into the
Wes Narwhal said, I love stories like that.
Yeah, I wrote it so this serial killer went into the psychiatric unit, but I hadn't disclosed which of the 7 characters was going to be the potential victim. So I was getting into, all of the quirks and maladies that each of them had, as well as strengths and weaknesses. Fun fact, I've actually spent time in a psychiatric evaluation unit, and I would suggest that anyone who is suffering from any deteriorating or declined mental state that is not achieving their full level of happiness should definitely contact a psychiatric evaluation unit and have the professionals look at you. I am in full support of the treatment I received and treatment of others. So please, anyone who's watching this VOD, currently, now or later, if you're having those issues, the professionals are there to help. But anyway, yeah, so I spent time in a psychiatric evaluation unit and was treated, and my life turned around for the better. But I wrote this story decades before that ever happened. And from my time in a psychiatric evaluation unit, there's an amazing cast of characters in there, both on the staff side as well as the patient side. Everyone's got a unique story. Everyone's dealing with their unique problems, situations, and life issues. And those become, I would say, heightened in one of those units when the way that they deal with those things is the reason why they're in there. People have trouble dealing with certain issues, and this is a place where you can figure that stuff out. Doop. Yeah. At no point when I was being evaluated by my psychiatrist did I mention that I once wrote a serial killer novel set in a psychiatric. I would advise anyone who visits such an institution not to do that.
Wes Narwhal said thanks for all the good advice BTW.
I don't know whether this is good advice. It's advice, and it's advice from experience, decades of experience from an old blue cat. What the hell? I just noticed that the bandage was off my face. This is what I was talking about when I wrote the word new world record 2510 or 25. What's that anyways? 2520. When I wrote the capital N, it actually removed the bandage from the Tethercat face, and I didn't notice it until just now. Those are my hotkeys. So yeah, anyway, I speak from experience. I speak from... I don't know whether my advice is good or not, but it's advice. Or it's more just subjective viewpoints. After this run, we'll do a hydration check. Well, yeah, I'm always up for answering any questions if you have any questions.
Minimi96 said good or bad, it's knowledge to know how we'll use it.
Yeah, it's options. And one thing I love is I love contingency plans and options. That's how my basic brain structure works. If I can figure out 30 different ways that I can deal with a problem, then... and I only need to deal with it one way, maybe two as a backup, then I win. All right, everyone, let's do a quick hydration check. And yeah, by all means, ask me some questions.
Tethercat said hydration check.
Hydration check. Okay. I set up my Twitch account the other day and I was playing something on Twitch. Can't remember, what did I play on Twitch? I don't know, I played something on Twitch the other day and no one showed up. I didn't have any viewers. No one knew I was doing it. No one was there. And you know, and I get it, because I don't advertise my Twitch. I barely go on there, so I'm pretty sure no one cared. Can't remember what I was playing, but and it's funny, during that Twitch because no one was watching, I was able to do some tech stuff. I'm like, okay, everybody, thanks for watching. Of course, no one's watching. I'm just going to do some behind the scenes tech work. And then I worked all on configuring how the throwing system would work. Worked on getting the chat rat to work, which was an endeavor. Getting all the stuff up and running for Twitch. That was a fun 2 hours. And it genuinely was a fun 2 hours. I don't know what I'd play on Twitch. I started on Twitch before I started on YouTube. But it's been a while. Oh, and I went through my list. I went through my Steam list. And by the way, I have games that are external to Steam. I have games that are just kicking around my system. My place, like, look at this. This is a Commodore 64 game, so this is not on Steam. There's no achievements here. The achievement is that I got it up and running, and we're all enjoying it. Oh, come on. But I took a look at my Steam list, and I went onto the site called "How long does it take to beat this game?" or something. I don't know what the name of the site is, but if you type that into Google, you find out. And I sorted my list by how long it takes to beat games within 1 to 4 hours. So I've got actually a collection of games that are only about 1 to 4 hours, or in this case, 1 or 2 sessions to beat. So I might be playing some new games in the next little while. I know I wanted to play a few games over the past 2 weeks. Didn't get the chance. Then we've still got art streams, because I still have to work on that ending art stream with the pixel art. I feel like I should add a goalie net, a hockey goalie net to the background of all that playground equipment. I still have to do walkthroughs. I got the permission from June Kawamori to have her as a walkthrough, so I've got to come up with some June Kawamori pixel art animation to add in. And I think I have permission from my JP Nikki. And even if not, I'm pretty sure that that Mocha would absolutely be all over that. I gotta add a chat rat in there now too. Yeah, I should actually work on that maybe later on and add in all the characters, all the sprite work for the characters. And I would have done a lot of stuff tonight, as I say, but tonight I just wanted to just play a game. You know what I've been watching a lot of, and I hate myself for it, is I've been watching a lot of the HoloLive Minecraft stuff. They're currently doing some Minecraft fun. Minecraft role-playing games, and I latched onto that over the past few days.
Minimi96 said if there's a lake in the drawing, when it's winter when frozen solid, we could add the hockey goal.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. I don't think there'd be any problem. That's ambitious to put like seasons in there, but I get where you're going with that. That's a good idea. I think just having a hockey net for some road hockey or shinny, that's what they call it in Canada, is either road hockey or shinny. I think that would suffice. I never called it shinny. See, even Translation Chan doesn't know shinny. I never called it that. I always called it road hockey. Grab yourself a hockey stick. Grab yourself a tennis ball. Get everyone out on the street. An accurate depiction of road hockey is in Wayne's World, which might as well be a Canadian movie, because it actually stars Mike Myers, who was a Torontonian. And Wayne's World is effectively a Canadian film.
Minimi96 said we'll get to see you play hockey and ice skate.
Perhaps. I'd have to get off this darn rope. That's why in that intro video I was dangling from the rope. I don't know if you saw, I put a follow-up cartoon on Twitter. Actually, you know what? Hold on a sec. I'm gonna see if I can pull up my Twitter. See if I can find that follow-up cartoon. Where's the Twitter? Media. Save image. Call this one 1111. Save image. 2222. Bear with me. I know that the game's not doing much on screen right now. Save image 3333. And save image 4444. Great. Back to the game. Alright, so take a look. You know what? I'm just going to hit pause on the game. Pause. Okay. Downloads. Oh, I got to rename them. That stupid format. Actually, is it a stupid format? Can I just drag and drop? No, it's in a stupid format. Call it JPG. Yes. Call this one JPG. Yes. JPG. Finally. JPG. Yes. Okay, so this was the first image. Here we got the second image. I hope you can see where this is going. Third panel. And finally, the fourth image. So yeah, this is the follow-up from that hockey. Yeah, chat rat. Because apparently when you're dangling above the ice, it makes it really difficult to stop shots that are along the ice. If it was in the top corner, I might have had a chance to stop that thing. But no, just a little slider across the ice got past me.
Wes Narwhal said this manga is riveting.
It's got action, it's got drama, it's got characterization. Twist ending. You didn't see that ending coming, did you? Yep. So that happened. Too funny. Surprisingly, no one really appreciated that on my Twitter. I think I was the only one who fully got on board with that. So yeah, let's keep me in the air. Let's keep me dangling from that rope. Let's not worry too much about the finer details, such as, I don't know, having me skate on ice. Seems rather difficult. The only Canadian who can skate on
Minimi96
ice.
said when being the hockey goalie, you're just dangling on the net goal, being well known for your character.
That's it. That's totally it. That's why the fans love me. Fans absolutely love me. Fans go wild, screaming, "Cat, cat, cat." Actually, I don't know what they scream. I just know that they scream. Maybe that's not a good thing. There we go. We're creating lore. It's the all-around stream. We've got world records. We're creating lore. Lots of hydration checks. So, Tethercat stream has it all. What are you doing? You could be doing something with your life, but no, you're here with me, and you're achieving the achievable. Spending your days in the best ways possible. Much like myself, who's playing a 1984 Commodore 64 game that I currently hold the world record, cough, with runs like this. I wrote a story. This would be a bad story. I wrote a story about how, and again, let's remind everyone here, I'm an atheist, but I'm only saying that for the sake of where you think I might be going with this story. So, I wrote a story where when the earth was created, God only had a certain number of angels, and those angels would inhabit souls. And once a person died, that soul got reclaimed and became either an angel, returning angel, or became another soul, which is fine. That's good. That's fine. That's dandy. But there were only a finite number of souls, and as overpopulation crowded the planet into the billions, they had to find a way to generate new angels / souls. And so the title of the story was, "Every time the factory bell rings, an angel gets its wings." And anyway, I tried pitching this to that short story magazine, and they did not like this story I wrote. And rightfully so. It was a very bad story. So never be afraid to write anything. Even if it's crap. Do your best to just the process of creation is sometimes more important than the end result. That was a stinky story. Oops.
Wes Narwhal said Industrial Angels is already a cool concept.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. But then you have to figure, where does that come from and why did they exist? And that's where I expanded the story. Yep. Sometimes, and this is where that person on that subreddit was facing that issue, is sometimes you just write a story and that's great. But something doesn't make sense in the world logic, in the universe of that story.
Minimi96 said God is an alien, that's that. He created an experiment on humans.
Yeah. Humans and cows. And crop circles. Yeah, the person on that subreddit said, I wrote a story about daughters, and that person had daughters in mind with their story, but then the wrench, the part that they didn't flesh out, that they were struggling with, was trying to reconcile these parents that were showing up. Meanwhile, that was like the most interesting aspect, in my humble opinion. IMHO. Well, that was a huge jump. Hit that one pixel perfect. Not that it matters. What, yeah, you guys got any other questions about that an old person could give you advice on? You know, Geritol or Preparation H? Oh, you know what the funniest thing is that I saw back when I was a kid that isn't funny in the least? Like, not funny at all? Is, we used to have the TV guides when we were growing up because we only had, like, 3 channels. But you always needed to know what was happening on Thursday night. So we had the TV guide. And I remember when I was with my family, with my Tethercat family, I would read the TV guide because I loved reading. And on Sunday mornings, they would always have like the farm report, which I used to watch because it was so boring. All they talked about was weather and crop sales. It was like, it was the most boring thing ever. How are crops doing? But then it was always followed by a show called Mass for Shut-ins, which when I was a kid, I thought that was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. Mass for Shut-ins was absolute hilarity. And then as an adult, as a grown-up, as an elderly person myself, I realize how essential that service is. Pun both intended and not intended. There are people who have such a fervent belief system and can't get out of their location that having any service for a shut-in is not funny. It's essential. Just look at the pandemic where you had not Dine Dash, what do you call it? Like Uber Eats and what have you. All these places that delivered. It was eating for shut-ins. Entertainment for shut-ins. Socializing for shut-ins. Doing normal chores for shut-ins. The pandemic made everything for shut-ins. And now I look back to the laughter and hilarity I had as a child with that TV guide, and I look back and I feel sad for my young
Wes
self.
Narwhal said DoorDash.
Yeah, DoorDash. For some reason, I equated Dine Dash with like paying and running, pay and run. So I always think whenever anyone mentions DoorDash, I think of people like dine and dashing. That's why. Also, I've never actually used Dine Dash. I have not once ordered. Actually, in the first week of the pandemic, I had a local business that were saying, well, we're going to be closing our doors and we would really like our business. So I paid for one of their products because I knew the owners. And then they delivered it in a box. It came in a box. It was at my front door in a box. And I thought, this is stupid. So I've never actually used Dine Dash and Uber Eats. But I know a lot of people do. I mean, where I currently live, I'm over top a pretty crowded and energetic athletic street. And frequently, vehicles will just pull up to the front of buildings and run inside, knock on doors, gain payment, run outside, race off to the next delivery. The thorough industry? Blah. What about you guys? Anyone here ever use DoorDash or Uber Eats or any of those call delivery services that should be taxis but aren't taxis? Because I haven't. I was in line for coffee this morning. I went to the coffee shop. And there were some tourists there, and they were like really affluent, really rich. You know, they drove Porsches.
Minimi 96 said my sister does.
Oh yeah. It just seems like ordering stuff that way seems, I don't know. Is it essential now? I don't know. But anyway, these people were in line in front of me wanting coffee, and they were incredibly affluent, and all their conversation was about how they came to the area as tourists, but didn't get off the boat or out of the car or out of the hotel room except to drink coffee. And then they ordered these monster frappe lattes, and you know how it goes. They ordered exuberantly, but didn't spend any money in the community otherwise. I just wanted my coffee. Just give me a large coffee. That's all I'm here for. And they took like 15 minutes ahead of me in line, and I was really angry. I wasn't angry, I was just uncaffeinated. Yeah. DoorDash. Do you know why your sister does it? Like, and we're not scrutinizing the T-Cat. We're not scrutinizing the mentality behind this. It's just more, you know, is it a measure of convenience? Is it affluence? Is there laziness? Is there a bit of element of being a shut-in? What's the, what would the reasoning be to use that? I try and cook as many of my own meals as possible, even if they're pretty crappy, I do. Oh, right before stream, I made some honey garlic sausage with macaroni, a block of cheddar, and some Alfredo sauce. That was right before stream. I tanked that. I got distracted. And the motorcycle plummeted face first into a nosedive. That was my bad. No run here, my bad. Like I ruined a distraction. You know, oh, well, what's this?
What is this?
I don't know. What are you watching?
I don't know what it.
Are we going around in a circle? Hey, look who it is. It's the ever amorphous Jun Kamori.
Amorphous?
I don't know. I'm just making words up.
Yeah, you really are.
Minimi96 said only if she's craving for something specific, but I wouldn't completely say lazy.
We were just talking about DoorDash, and Minimi was mentioning how
Minimi96 said hi Jun-san waving hand.
Hi, Mini-Me.
By the way, I got an echo on my end. For anyone who's actually listening in chat, tell me if there's an echo on your end, and I'll fix it. It's just a monitor issue.
I have a little bit of an echo.
Do you?
Yeah,
right.
a little.
Hold on. Let me see if I can do a monitor issue on my end. Discord monitor only. All right, say something, June. That didn't work. Oh well. Does anyone mind if there's a little bit of an echo? Is that an issue? Okay. Anyway, I'm playing what am I playing? I'm playing OBS, trying to get everything up and running.
Minimi96 said, oh, I hear static.
On that?
Minimi96 said buzzing.
Hit with right now?
Settings. Close. Oh, okay, first of all, there. Vice is now paused. Everything should be silent. Are you hearing buzzing?
Wes Narwhal said, I don't hear any echo really.
Okay, June, say something.
Hi, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a bit of an echo on June. And
I wonder why.
Well, my whole microphone system got borked the other day. What you're...
Oh, it's still doing it?
Minimi96 said that's good.
Okay, there we go. The buzzing could be from that video game, because let's face it, the video game itself is horribly buzzing. Like that's the game itself, is a buzzing on the game. Which...
Oh yeah, I think it's the game audio.
Yeah, so I'm actually just going to lower the game audio to near nil. Actually, there. The sound of punching that you hear, you're like, what is that punching sound? Whenever chat says something in chat, it triggers a puck to hit my face.
You're just getting pelted with hockey pucks?
Whenever chat says something, yes, I am.
Oh my god.
It's been a while since you've been here, hasn't it?
Yeah, oh my god.
And the game I'm playing is Kikstart, which is from 1984. And I currently hold the world record in it because when I looked over on speedruns.com, there was no entry for this game. Hence,
Oh yeah, I saw your tweet about that.
hence I own the current world record.
Minimi96 said sorry I missed the stream earlier, I was busy.
Oh, Mini-Me, that's fine.
Yeah, June had a pretty good stream. I missed it too. I caught the VOD.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's okay.
By the way, this is the whole game, so don't expect too much. We're just having more fun in chat, if anything.
I was supposed to have expectations?
Well, in any other sense, no, and with this game specifically, definitely not. And we were just talking about DoorDash, and Minimi said only if she's craving for something specific, but I wouldn't say lazy. Oh yeah, so is there like a specific location that your family member would go and get some food at? Like a Chinese restaurant or something specific that way, I guess. What about you, June? Do you ever get DoorDash or something like
A little bit more frequently than I'd like to admit.
that? Well, I guess these things happen.
I'm trying to get better. It's easier said than done.
Yep. But you still cook a lot of your own food, right?
Yeah, I would say that the majority of what I do is cooking my own food.
Ooh.
Or at least quote-unquote food, like cereal and toast.
Cereal and toast. It's,
Well,
I mean, you're not ordering DoorDash.
Chick-fil-A, something like that.
Chick-fil-A. Is that how it's pronounced? Chick-fil-A?
No, it's pronounced Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. It's so weird. Clearly I've never been there.
Well, don't start going now.
There was a tweet from Kason, who is currently in Texas, and it was of a waffle shaped like Texas.
Oh.
And I couldn't help but think she was at a Waffle House.
No, they don't do waffle shaped like anything.
Do they do waffle shaped like waffles?
Well, yeah, it's a circle.
Yeah. That's it, eh?
Sometimes it'll have the Waffle House logo on it, though.
Wait, Waffle House has... I mean, okay, I get it makes sense. It has a logo. I'm so clueless to the culture of Waffle House.
Listen, we're not gonna get too into it. But what I will say, I've been catching up on episodes of my favorite podcast, and one of the episodes that they did included doing a tier list of fast food places, and they put Waffle House in F tier, and I can't forgive them. That's fucked up.
Is it F tier or is it
It's not F tier. Don't start.
I don't know. What do I know?
Waffle House is S tier.
I have no frame of reference. I have to take your word for it.
Yeah, because it's good.
But what were we talking about? This whole stream we've been talking about writing and writing tips. How to do writing and creativity better with writing and art. General advice. We've been talking about God, I can't even remember what we've been all talking about. And here I am with the chat next to me. Let me just see. Oh, I showed my manga. I showed my 4-core manga.
Oh.
Yeah, as soon as I screw up on this next run, I'll show you. Anything where I screw up on any of these levels. All right, so here's panel 1. That's Chat Rat with a hockey stick. Panel 2 is me. Panel 3, and finally panel 4.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that.
It's because I'm awesome.
Minimi96 said writing advice, fanfiction, drawings, and then food.
That's what it was. See, the reason why you weren't expecting it is because you couldn't handle the sheer level of excellence, is what it is.
I was expecting an IRL photograph of some random manga that you own, not you creating.
Well, aren't you in luck?
Wes Narwhal said Chat Rat is built like a refrigerator.
Yes, yes.
Yes, he is.
I totally, yeah. It really, it was. Let's just look at this again. What a thing of beauty. No one's caring about what I'm playing.
Shithouse.
I'm gonna play the game in the background, but
Stop! You're gonna leave it off.
isn't this just what a great image though this is, eh?
Oh my god.
I mean, oh, no one's watching that game. Tell me.
Can't see anything else though.
No one's here for the
Literally,
game.
the only part of you I can see is your tail and some of your whiskers.
It's like I'm actually living the dream of being that 4th panel goalie.
I guess you are.
Alright, fine. But y'all are missing out on some quality.
Is that what we're calling it?
That's what I'm calling it, and I don't have much options.
Minimi96 said Chat Rat looks like the cinder block from Mario.
The Womp?
The Thwop, I think it is. THWOP.
Well, there's Thwomps and Thwimps and Womps and Wimps.
Holy crap, your Mario lore is extensive. You know much more than me.
You can thank Brian David Gilbert.
I don't know who that is, but sure.
I will show you that video later.
Wes Narwhal said LMAO Twomp.
Twomp. What are the 4 of them again? Twimps and twats and what?
Twinks. Twinks and bears and otters.
Twinks and bears and otters. Oh my. Let me just. I missed if. I didn't get a chance to see how Translation Chan was handling that one.
We're not going to worry about that one too much.
Okay, that's good. Boy, Mario got weird. Back in my day. Yeah, I played a different version of Mario. Bears.
You're gonna make me laugh again.
I got a story about a bear. It's like, why do
Oh my god.
Man, if you're gonna own your comment, then you own your comment, you know? Anyway.
This is why I can't take you anywhere.
Oh, it's one of many reasons why you can't take me anywhere. I mean, Waffle House is off the list.
Yeah, no, I'm never taking you there.
Yeah, okay.
You're
Anyway.
gonna look at somebody the wrong way and they're gonna beat the crap out of you.
You know what's funny is the rules for for me and not for thee is that I like to keep a PG-13 stream and I don't like anyone saying lewd or excessive stuff in chat, but here I am.
And yet!
hey everyone, you want to know a funny story? So, okay,
My
yeah.
God.
Wes Narwhal said 50 Shades of Blue.
50 Shades of Blue Cat.
Oh my God!
Heard it here first there.
This is going in the clips compilation.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Yeah, let's get on that. Oh, we gotta run. We gotta run. So far, so good. Can we actually do it? Looking good. Come on. Yes. 24:36. My God. Well, that happened. Huzzah and hurrah, 24:36. New world record, everybody. You were here. You witnessed it. Not like that. Oh, well. It frightens me that shortly after saying this is going in the clips compilation, June Kalmori got extraordinarily quiet. Hey, everyone, I just got a world record. Silence. Uh-oh. Guess I know where June Kalmori just skipped off to. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that happened. I have to have fun in life, you know?
June Kumarai said Mike issue LMAO.
Well, there you go.
June
That's what it
Kumarai
is.
said give me a minute.
Yeah, sure. A likely excuse as you're clipping everything. Hey.
Hello?
Hello.
There we go. Don't you mock.
Not mocking you. I'm repeating it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's why you crack.
Wait, I didn't catch that. All I heard was that's why you crack and then something.
I said that's why you crashed your bike.
Oh, okay. I thought you said that's why you crack pipe. Wait,
That's
what?
why you crack pipe.
June Kalmori, I have to tell you, we run a clean stream here.
Don't
There's-
even start with me, old man.
Hold on a sec. I got to change the world record. 25:20 is now. Oh, wait, what was that?
24:36.
Thank you very much. 24:36.
We
Appreciate
run a
that.
tight ship around here.
Some of us are on the ball. And it ain't me.
Yeah, no, you're tied to a string.
Why is everyone...
What?
The other day, and I think some of you might have been around for that. The other day, I played a game and
Minimi96 said she did had tech issues earlier trying to start stream.
Yeah,
that's
I
true.
don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, but someone the other day came in and said, "What would it take to cut that string off your tail?" I was kind of
That
horrified.
is still so effed up.
It's like, well, I'd fall to the ground and then. Here, let me provide you with an accurate description. It'd be like this. Oh no!
Yamir said hello Blackhat. Smiley
Hey,
face.
it's you. How you doing?
Oh my god.
We're just
Came
running.
just in time to witness the
Yeah.
death of Tethercat.
Yeah, we're doing some scenic depictions, some reenactments, if you would.
Yamir said Wag Duo stream. Yamir said ain't no way.
What's a wag duo stream?
No, I think they meant what.
Oh, yeah, in the keyboard. What? Yeah. Anyways, hello.
I'm just here being the peanut gallery. Don't mind me.
Yeah, she is. Well, also we're getting world records tonight. Guinness is gonna call me up in a minute. Ask for their money
Well,
back.
You got a world record tonight.
They're gonna demand why I'm claiming I'm getting world records when clearly I'm not.
Well,
You know, there's no such existence of this game, so we can't verify your claim. No, it's good. I'm good. It's good. Trust me. I'm a blue cat. Why would I lie?
you got it live. It's recorded.
Yeah, it's true. And it came after a very interesting conversation, so they can just watch the whole clip.
And you're repeating the results so you can show that it's doable.
That's true. That's true. Actually, the one thing I'm not doing, which maybe I'll set up in a moment after this run. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to do a hydration check and some
Yamir
tech
said,
stuff.
did you get the WR?
Yeah, I'm totally all over this WR. Right. First thing is we do a hydration check. So everyone, hydration check.
Okay.
Tethercat said hydration check.
And then I'm going to set up something else. Don't worry, it's all good.
Grandpa, I think you'll be excited to know what I'm making for dinner tonight.
Define excited. Will I be like a chimp in a zoo throwing my feces at the wall?
Is that excited?
That's my level of excited. I don't know what the average
Okay.
person's is. But go on, tell me, what's the what are you making for dinner tonight?
Bacon wrapped hot dogs.
Wrapped hot dogs.
Bacon wrapped hot dogs.
Wah, color me excited.
I've been craving it for like a few
Yamir
days
said
now.
craft
We
dinner
have the
rada.
stuff for it.
Craft dinner. Yeah, you were talking about
I mean,
craft
craft
dinner.
dinner's good too.
Device inputs.
Not that Grandpa makes it though.
And definitely not how my mom used to make it, no.
Angers me.
Yamir said no craft diner.
I don't think I even have any boxes right now. Although I should get some. Grandpa, what are you doing?
Okay, there we go.
Oh, I see.
Yep. Sorry, now that I got the hydration check. We were talking about Guinness and how they wouldn't be able to qualify anything, and you
Wes
mentioned...
Narwhal said, did you ever decide a name for the chat rat?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh, shut up, you. Pissing me off.
No.
Minimi 96 said it's Geronimo.
It's Horatio.
Wes Narwhal said oh.
No, I'm not yelling at you, Wes Narwhal. I'm yelling at Grandpa.
Definitely yelling at Grandpa. Everyone in chat, what were your suggestions for Chat Rat?
Yamir said Geronimo splash asterisk.
Why did it say asterisk like that?
I don't know.
It's like Geronimo asterisk.
I mean, that's actually how you pronounce it, but you're talking about asterisk kind of idea?
They like drew it out. It was like really scary and intense. What the hell?
Asterisk.
Like a grumbly old man.
Yeah, like a grumbly old man.
Like you.
Wes
own a
Narwhal
bidet.
said.
mental images in my head will never be scrubbed away. I love that line. True.
Wes, we're in the same boat. I hate this.
Yep. Welcome to the stream.
Yamir said they trying to silence me.
Neil and all of
said
you
it's nerf
two.
or nothing.
It's nerf or nothing.
Is that a bidet attachment I'm not aware of?
No!
Yamir said Naya.
There was a retracted Nerf toy.
Yeah, it's typical, but remember that one Zatsudan I did where everything was normal until it wasn't?
Yeah.
This is that.
Well, I mean, the other thing we could do is always just talk about normal stuff. June, do you have any normal stuff you'd like to talk about?
No, I only know how to make things worse.
Yamir said describe the advert smiling face with horns.
I will. So there was a bunch of kids, and they all got these water guns. They're not exactly water guns. They shoot out ooze, and they're all squirting each other in the face. And
and it's not green Nickelodeon slime.
And it's not green Nickelodeon slime. And it was about 30 seconds, and I bet you many people got fired. That's how the average is.
Wes Narwhal said Pandora's box.
Oh, indeed. Definitely.
Accurate.
Yeah. Ask and ye shall receive.
I don't want to receive.
No one does. No one does. What is it? The quote from Hamlet. You cannot take what I would more willingly give. That's Tethercat. Hey, Grandpa, I have a question, Grandpa.
Amir said fearful face.
Fearful face, indeed.
Oh, God.
But other than that, other than videos I, myself, and my friends or random strangers have been banned for, Yeah, we were talking about writing in the creative process. How did I not make that jump?
I found a very fun resource thing earlier.
What would that be?
Well, I was doing my English work, and we're...
hold on a sec. For those in chat, June Kamori is in college for the first time around, and we're very proud of her. And she is now getting acclimated to a new schedule that involves balancing work, life, and school. With that said, please, June, take it away.
So in my English course, we are prepping to do things towards writing our big essay at the end of the semester, and it's an argumentative essay. And while my professor has stated that it is okay to use first-person language in certain instances, I try to shy away from it because I know it comes across as less professional.
Mm-hmm.
And I found a resource that gives good alternatives and shows good examples on how to rephrase what it is that you're saying.
Right, right.
So I got to use that today. It helped immensely.
So it turned from, I think that the reason why something turns into more of a neutralized, others say that...
Yeah, instead of me saying, I think blah, 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 we're focusing on a random advertisement that we picked from a magazine. So it's this company effectively does XYZ thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Chat, I've told chat that I'm a writer. I haven't explained what my profession or occupation is, but they know I'm a professional writer. And I think that I could probably make use of something like that on occasion.
I can send it your way.
Yeah, you could throw me a link later on, sure.
Yeah.
As long as you don't throw me a link later on. Like, do you remember that old TV show host, Linklater?
No.
That was the actual name of the guy, was Linklater. Edward, I think it was. And he hosted a TV talk show, a news show.
Grandpa, you forget I'm in my 20s.
And I forget...
My early 20s.
And I forget that I am not. While I play a game that I owned in 1984.
I didn't exist in the 80s. I wasn't even a thought in the 80s.
I'm sure everyone would... Okay, yeah. No, I've been down that road.
What were you going to say? Now, excuse me?
I was going to say, I'm sure everyone was a thought in the 80s. because the 80s were a magical time full of cocaine.
Well, yeah.
And let's face it, overpopulation was yet to happen. Everyone wanted to have everyone that would eventually exist in the...
Wes Narwhal said twinning with June RN, 20s gang.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. You'll notice that I'm never twinning with old people gang, let's go. It's so hard to find old VTubers, and whenever I do find old VTubers, they're all playing Overwatch and Apex, and it's like, oh, come on. Doesn't anyone
Grandpa,
play
I'm
the
keeping
classics?
you young and relevant.
While I play this game from 1984.
Well, I'm putting in all the hard work of keeping you young and relevant.
That's fair. I was watching a show and like a YouTube clip, like some channel, and the guy said, yes, if you want to do this, then that's how you keep it, because otherwise it would be mid. And it really threw me for a loop. I've heard the term mid used by youth, by young streamers, but I had never heard it from a professional who was trying to be Steve Buscemi carrying a skateboard and asking the kids how they were.
Oh no.
Like, wow, if you do this, it won't turn out mid. Please never say that again.
Well, you don't want to be mid, Grandpa.
I don't know. I definitely don't want to be mid. I don't want to be high. I don't want to be down, up, or lower. I don't want to... Holy crap. Jeez, I was ripping across there. Just ripping across that field.
It's still not clear to me what you understand what mid means.
I don't know. Is it middling? Is it muddled? Is it mid-tier? I don't know.
Mid-tier. It means something is okay, but not good.
Yeah. Just, I don't know. It threw me for a
Like
loop.
if you go out to a restaurant that you've been hoping to go to for a really long time, and then you finally get the food and you're like, it's just mid.
Like Waffle House.
Like, it's not terrible, but no! Don't start.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna crash more than that bike in a minute. I'm gonna watch it, Grandpa.
Cut the string. Watch it, Grandpa. Cut the string.
Grandpa, I'm not trying to cut your
Yamir
cord
said
already.
mid means
It's too early.
Gubascopus Grimbimblis.
No. No.
Not the Dubus Goopus Grimbiblis.
I don't even... Please tell me that's just letters. Because if that's a thing, I don't know what that thing is.
I'm not Gen
Yamir
Alpha.
said the
I
Waffle
only
House
know
has
so
found
much.
its new host.
Oh, yeah.
Am I the host of the Waffle House?
Fruit Bat. June Kaomori is the new mascot spokesperson.
I will beat the fuck out of anyone. Don't try me.
What the? How'd I fall off that fence?
You will eat my sausage, egg, and cheese scramble bowl the way I fucking made it.
Now, June Kaomori, this is a PG-13 stream. We keep things on the up and up.
Yeah.
I feel like that's losing its weight. I feel like I'm not getting the full effect of that sentence anymore.
I just remembered something.
Go on. Go on.
So when
Yamir said family friendly, remember.
All right. Yeah.
I took them to their first drag show.
Okay.
The theme was Career Day.
Okay.
So everybody dressed up as different professions and whatnot.
All right.
My host queen dressed up as a Waffle House employee. She had a prop stack of waffles. And at some point in her routine, there was this iconic movie line. I forget what the movie was. but it's a scene where the chef of the movie confronts this table of like really homophobic guys because they like requested their burger quote unquote without AIDS because they were being homophobic towards the cook.
Okay.
And then the cook says like a very iconic line and basically like smashes the plate of food like on their table or whatever. So my host queen during that bit walks up to me and is like beating the crap out of me with this plate of fake waffles. So I got beat up. It was glorious.
I admit this story did not go anywhere near where I thought this story was going to go.
No? What were you expecting?
I wasn't expecting anything. I just wasn't expecting that.
Okay.
I think you threw me off with the movie line and then finished up with, and then I got beaten up with waffles. I think that's where my expectations were a little diverted.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. That's funny.
I love a twist at the end.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, I got beat up with a plate of fake waffles.
so then you bring your best friend, you bring your host family or whoever the people were, and you bring them, and they see this. They see you getting beaten up with waffles. What were their reactions?
Oh, they were laughing. They were having the best time. Because, like, they knew that I
Yamir
had
said it's
this
the waffle
relationship with my
wielder.
host queen. It's the waffle wielder. I'm gonna tell her you said that. She's gonna laugh her ass off. But yeah, like, they already knew that I had that relationship with her, so getting to see the interaction that I get to have with her on, like, a
Right.
weekly basis made their visit just that much more magical.
Right.
Because me and her are always fooling around being dumb. Like, I'll sit near the aisles, so then when she's walking up and down doing her commentary, she'll just like sit on my leg, and then we'll like pray pretend like bully each other.
That's fun.
It's hilarious.
So you've got a dynamic.
Yes.
And not only that, not only do you have a dynamic, but you have a dynamic that you can bring people with and they're not horrified or...
No, this is normal.
Yeah. AKA just
Same
another
shit, different
Tuesday.
day.
Yeah. That's cute.
It's very fun. I'm very lucky.
I did something similar. I was looking for a karaoke video recently, and I couldn't find it. But in said karaoke video, I was playing Rock Band with a bunch of friends at a birthday party, and it was a Bon Jovi song we were listening to, or not listening to. We had 4 people, Rock Band full series. Someone was on drums, 2 guitarists, and then the lead vocalist, who was me. And when the Bon Jovi "Living on a Prayer" song came on, I was not only singing, but because the USB cord was so extensively long and we were in an auditorium for this birthday, I was like doing knee slides along the floor. I was like going up to audience members and singing with them. I went into the guitarist and I was leaning on the guitarist, and people were cheering. Actually, no one was cheering.
Grandpa.
No one was cheering. This is me making it up, because people were staring at me like I was a wild man doing inappropriate things at someone else's birthday party with video game controllers, and I was just having the best time of my life. I thought everyone else would be all into it.
Having fun.
I think there was like one person who was clapping wildly, and everyone else was like shocked in horror. But why else would you throw on Bon Jovi's "Living with a Prayer" if you're not going to have fun with that song?
It's the one time you get to pretend to be a rock star without all the hang-ups of being a rock star.
Yeah, and then to do it in front of a live audience, my God, yes.
You're just having fun.
That was my take on it, yeah. Apparently not the other birthday goers who were just quietly eating cake and definitely not playing the game. So
Nobody else passed the vibe check.
yeah, so screw them.
Yeah. They're all mid.
They're mid. Or they were back in the day. When did Rock Band come out? Was that like 2005?
Something like that.
Yeah. Classic game. Retro game. It saddens me to hear how many people describe games as retro. Like, this game we're currently playing, 1984 Kikstart for the Commodore 64. Would this be described as a retro game? A classic game? What would this be classified as?
I don't know if I'm the right person to ask.
No, you're exactly the demographic I'm curious about.
Well, because I know vintage is 20 years or older.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing retro is like 50 years or older.
Oh, that just... My bones calcified when you said that. Go on.
So it just depends on when this game came out.
Well, 1984 is exactly 40 years ago.
Ymir
Okay,
said
so
they're
it's
all to the
almost
Scopus
retro.
Scrim Biblis.
You're all about
You're right,
that.
Jameer.
You're all about that.
So it's vintage and almost retro.
Wes Narwhal said it definitely looks retro.
Hmm. I can assure you, and you can see the joystick inputs. It feels retro.
Yeah.
With its 4 directions and 1 button.
And then classic, I feel like classic requires some sort of fame or notoriety in order to be classified as classic.
I guess.
Like Donkey Kong is classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is obscure.
Pong is classic.
This would be considered, I would consider this like cult classic. So classic, but limited audience.
Yeah.
I'm getting nowhere near, well, no, I've had 2 runs. 2436. Still nowhere near 21. How do you think that person got 21?
I don't know. You know what this reminds me of?
Please tell me.
The fact that I play Monkey at least once a week and I just never accomplish anything.
Oh.
Well, I really don't.
Ymir said, did you know that Michael Jackson actually helped make the Sonic 3 host?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and not
Wait,
only that,
really?
yep, and if you listen to certain tracks on Sonic, is it Sonic 3 or Sonic 2? I thought it was Sonic 2. But Sonic and Knuckles, yeah, there's certain Michael Jackson tracks. He wanted to help out kind of privately and quietly and not attract attention to it because he was a superstar, big name. And he was working with Sega at the time, who was doing the Moonwalker game too.
Dang.
But then, yeah, I guess things happened and his music got pulled officially, but it was liberated. There were certain tracks which had very distinct musical stylings. There's a couple of YouTube videos on it. It's pretty good.
Oh, maybe I'll look that up later.
Yeah. I think one of them's a snow level, like a snowboarding type level, and you can definitely hear the music. Yeah, it must have been Sonic 3. You're right.
Do
I'm
love
wrong.
me some Michael Jackson.
I love Michael Jackson. I love listening to it. There's a radio, not a radio podcast, but an internet radio station, and it's called RMF Michael Jackson. Yep, I had to make sure translation chain got that. And if you type that in and plug that into a media player, it's just an internet radio station, and it's 24/7 Michael Jackson. And I love listening to that
Nice.
so much.
Wes Narwhal said I'm picturing Sonic running and then a hee-hee every so often in the far distance.
Hee-hee. Cha-ching. Hee-hee.
Oh, God.
Or you're playing Moonwalker and he's throwing his hat around and doing the Thriller dance and suddenly you see Sonic appear off to the side also doing it, or Knuckles. I could see Knuckles doing the Thriller dance in Moonwalker.
I want to see Shadow doing it.
I don't know. See, Shadow is too new for me. Shadow came out during a GameCube game, I think, and I stopped playing with Sonic and Knuckles. That was the last Sonic game I played. So Shadow is too new a concept, and I'm not in on this whole internet hype thing right now that's going on.
Yamir said my favorite Michael Jackson moment was when he said it's Michael Jackson time. And then Michael Jacksoned all over the place.
You know what? I'm old.
I remember that.
But I am not that old that I don't get that reference. That's awesome. That made me laugh. Thank you. That was great. Michael Jackson time. You know, I actually paid to see Morbius in the theater. Like everyone says, oh yeah, everyone go and see it like on
James Gamble said Jews baked a pizza.
You just baked a pizza.
Ooh.
James Gamble said very happy.
No doubt.
I'm so freaking hungry.
I had macaroni and
Yamir
cheese.
said pizza, smiley
with,
face.
Honey garlic sausage. And Alfredo sauce. And I ate a monster amount of it right before the stream.
Wes Narwhal said share with the class.
Yeah.
Yeah, share.
By the way, welcome aboard, James. I don't recognize your name, but this is the stream.
Welcome in.
We're playing some 1984 Commodore 64 Kikstart. Very badly.
What do you mean very badly? You all got a new world record.
That's right. I have 2 world records on the evening.
Minimi 96 said had pizza yesterday.
Oh. I got a pizza last week, and I managed to get through all of it, culminating in Sunday morning, taking the final 3 slices and
James
putting them
Gamble
in the toaster
said I'm new
oven.
here.
Yeah, welcome aboard. Yeah, I had 3 pieces of really hot pizza on Sunday morning, and it was just glorious.
If we're gonna keep
Yamir
talking
said, yeah,
about
James,
food, I
can
need
you
to tap
toss a
out.
slice across the Atlantic? PLS folded hands, folded hands.
Well, there you go. You heard June Kamori. If we keep talking about pizza, she has to leave.
James
So
Gamble
everyone
said,
stop
yeah.
talking about pizza.
Well, I mean, I was gonna leave anyway because I should make dinner.
No, you
What do
don't.
you mean no?
You don't need dinner. No one needs dinner.
I'm hungry.
And
Yamir said, I promise
Will
I
you
catch
buy
I'm
me
like
food?
OBJ.
OBJ, what? I don't get that reference. I got the Morbius reference. That's my young person quota for the day. Oh, by the way, James, I'm very old.
Just
I'm-
dropping that lore.
I'm lore. I'm gray. I'm
James
calcified.
Gamble said, IGTGC later. Also, I subs now. Enjoy.
Well, appreciate it. Thanks.
Yay!
Take care and you have a good one. Hope you get some pizza that you just made. If you
James
offer
Gamble
up any.
said, he now you at 80 subs.
Thank you. Speaking of subs, June Kamori, how hungry are you?
Stop. Knock it off. I need to go make.
Do you?
You can't hold me hostage here, old man.
Does anyone really need to go make food?
Yamir said, yay.
We were talking about Dine Dash earlier, and
DoorDash?
yeah. That's what it's called.
I'm not gonna DoorDash something.
What's Dine Dash? Is that what I do?
I don't know. You're making things up again.
That's what I do.
Grandpa hit his head too hard.
Look at the dent in this colander.
How many times have you fallen off this goddamn bike?
How many times have I fallen off my string? See, I had the hockey helmet actually set up for the stream, and I chose the colander at the last minute. I think I made a wise choice.
Sounds about right.
Are you out of here? Are you gone? Are you gonna go make food?
Yeah, if you're gonna say it like that.
No, stay. The kids, they love ya.
Because I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm sure the children love me.
You kids talking about your Morbiuses and your Flubel glurps.
They can catch me on my own channel.
There you go. June Kamori is a YouTube streamer. She has her own channel. She plays many
Yes, I
games.
do.
She sings many songs. She is very
Yamir said
vivacious.
don't DoorDash, go to a restaurant, order some food and eat it, and then you run off without paying.
I'm not gonna dine and dash. I have hot dogs downstairs.
A likely story.
I'm gonna go make dinner.
Wait, world record, wait. 2408.
Oh, nice, nice.
2408. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, now I'm gonna go make food.
Man, aren't you selective? I'm only going to go get food if you get a world record. Fine.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Don't worry, I hate me too, so it's all in the same basket. June Kamori, everyone.
Everyone.
Go subscribe to June Kamori's YouTube channel. See you later, June. Thanks for showing up.
Bye.
She's too funny. She's a fun one, that one. Not even lying. Go and subscribe to her channel. She's quite the amusing individual. And I'm going to play this to the top of the hour.
Said by Johnny.
I'm going to play this to the top of the hour. So, yeah. Hey, we're getting closer to that 21 that's recommended in the game.
June Kumarai said waving hand, waving hand, waving hand.
Waving hand, you heard it straight from the fruit bat's mouth. Yep. I wonder if there's a turbo boost. There's only one button in this game. There can't be a turbo boost.
Minimi96 said by June San, take care and much love.
There you go. Did you know in Excite Bike for the NES, which came out 2 years after this, I might add, if you fall off the bike, if you get thrown off the bike, you can really quickly wiggle the pad and press all the buttons, and it'll allow you to run faster back to the bike that you've just fallen off of. That is not an option in this game. So how the person got 21, I don't know. I mean, perhaps I've been going too slow. I don't know. Once again, I don't see the people from the TAS running community doing this game. If they did, it would be amazing. I would laugh if they did not beat my world record. Which, by the way, I just scored a world record. Let's remind everyone about this. What are we at? We're at 20. We were at 2588 coming into it. Now
Yamir said Ada is just a different breed.
Yeah. I should do another hydration check. Yeah, we got a bit of a walk here by Mr. Chip. Let's do a hydration check.
Tethercat said hydration check.
I keep getting hit with these pucks.
Yamir said Ada probably a demigod just chilling somewhere in Utah or SMTH.
What does ATA stand for? My Lamau buffer is old and weak. ATA. ATA probably demigod. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. We're in September now. It's we're in the autumn weather. I'm not sure where everyone is located. I know that there's some people who watch in the continental Americas, myself being a Canadian, I know there's people who watch overseas in the Europe area, even in Japan. I don't think I've had an Australian show up to the channel. I might have, without knowing. But wherever you are...
Yamir said Andrew takes
Andrew
apples.
takes apples. Is that what it stands for? Thank you. Thanks for that clarification. I knew it. You know I'm old and I can't tell if you're being serious or not. But, so it might be autumn in the northern hemisphere. But I'm sure it's just getting to be spring in the southern hemisphere. Well, wherever you are, I hope you're enjoying your season. Static, I got that world record. Holy... You just ripped it on that one. Oh. So I didn't even slow down for those cars, I just took the cars. If I were actually cognizant, I would rewatch this stream and figure out how to play the game proper. But I don't, and I'm not, and I don't. I'm comfortable with that. Imagine what would ever happen if I got to level 2. And by the way, there are 8 levels in this game. There are 8 racetrack courses. As you can tell. Until I either get a 21 or I match or I break the first place record, I'm going to stick to level 1 as much as I can. But to do so without having the benefit of watching, it's a fool's game. That's why we're all just chilling here. I'm yawning all of a sudden. I wonder if June Kalmori just tired me out. She just, her presence is so dynamic, and then she departs and time for bed. I'm exhausted. Can't take anymore. That's it. We're done. That was great seeing her. I wonder if I could actually do Vice. We're playing this on the Vice emulator, the Vice Commodore 64 emulator. I wonder if I could actually do net play on this and have another player control player 2. And then actually have me versus June Kalmori. That would just take way too much effort. Better just to play one player and not worry about the back end. Yeah. So 3 at 21.5 seconds is 25 seconds total. I've broken the sub 100 second mark. Great. But my best is 92 seconds, which is actually still pretty good, but it's nowhere near 65 seconds total. Oh well. You know what? Maybe I will call it. Maybe I will end the stream here. Maybe I will hit mute because... God, that's annoyingly... Alright. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna call it. I've been yawning 3 times in a row. That's it. That is a clear indicator that we did great. We got a fantastic run. We got a new world record. I mean, the bit per hour, we got a new world record. So, yeah. I'm incredibly confident with everything we've done today. And I think we're going to end the stream. I appreciate everyone coming in.
Yamir said, okay, good night.
Absolutely. Thanks for showing up. Everyone who's in chat, thanks for showing up. Everyone who's watching this on the VOD, while you're watching this on
Wes
the VOD.
Narwhal said, I nice stream.
Well, it was a stream. Thank you for the compliment. It was a nice stream, but let's face it, it was a stream. Nah, it was good. Yeah, it was good. It was fun. So yes, on that note, everybody, I appreciate everyone coming out. You take care. You have yourselves some very good evenings. Enjoy your season, whether that's winter, spring, fall, or summer. And above all, thanks for watching, as I like to say. Have a good night, eh?
Minimi96 said great seeing you as always, thanks for the stream, take care, and good night. Tethercat said thanks for watching. Tethercat said carrot _ carrot. Yamir said happy birthday. Tethercat said happy birthday to anyone celebrating. Wes Narwhal said VRChat rat works even after stream. Tethercat said indeed LOL. Wes Narwhal said I'm the content now hee hee hee. Tethercat said yes, got 2 minutes. Tethercat said enjoy. Tethercat said why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. Wes Narwhal said what do you call a refrigerator with legs? Wes Narwhal said an abomination, that's all my jokes. Tethercat said LOL. Saria Larson said lel Sebastian Salas is a cutie patootie. Tethercat said I take your word for it.